There is that one moment where everything goes silent.
It looks like if you finish top 3, oh, we're gonna get a pass here. We got a pass here. Is that Drew? Hey, is that Drew?
All right, gang, we're here with Drew. He just got second place on the Acedeck Aries X1.
You focus on the task, the screams and everything fade away, and you just go for it. Acedeck gave me that chance and believed in me. And now is the next evolution in that series. Now, with the Aries X1 2023 edition, they have ramped up everything. ESC, the gear drive, the tires, and the new truck system. Now let's go ahead and see this thing rip. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew Ilya and I do reviews on electric skateboards here. Now this one that I have here is very, very special to me. It is the Acedeck Aries X1 2023 edition. Let's go ahead and dive into this mammoth of a board. Very long story short, if you do not know who Acedeck is now 1 year old in the game. They have been coming out with boards that have been challenging the norms that we've been getting as production boards for over a year now. Things like they started off with the Aries X1, and then they went into the mini series. They've done the S3, they've done off-roading boards. They have just been knocking it in the park. CNC precision parts, incredible batteries, incredible range, incredible specs across the board. Acedeck has just come out of nowhere and has dialed it in. This company especially has really been meaningful to me because they actually sponsored me when I went out to my race in Vegas. If you haven't seen that video, check that out here. But that was the beginning of this video, where they sponsored me, allowing me to race on their board. Now, at that time, it was supposed to be the Nomad N1, which again was an insanely powerful board. But at that time, due to China and the shipping and stuff like that, it just didn't make it to EskateCon in time. So I raced on the Aries X1 original. And I actually podiumed, first time racing and podiumed. And I was completely taken away by this company. The performance of that board has just been ramped up to the max with this brand new 2023 edition. And let's go ahead and dive into the specs here. Now, there are quite a few differences between the original board and this board, something that you wouldn't even notice necessarily off the get-go, but there are massive, massive changes under the hood as far as performance goes. And let's go ahead and start off with the deck. Now, the deck is very much exactly the same as far as the specs, the length, everything aligns that way, and the incredible, just beautiful pattern that's on this board here. Now, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's like this football shape-esque pattern, gorgeous design, and just a really overall really good looking board. I was very, very shocked when I got to step on this thing when I was out in EskateCon and getting this delivered here too. It is a premium product. I mean, it is almost like stealth-like Lamborghini style, just beautiful looking board. I mean, carbon fiber goes, they did a really good job as far as the carbon fiber is on here. Now, the one big thing that they did change on this top part here, these CNC plates that you see up top here has the brand new port that's on top. And the one big gripe that people had with it is that the opening and closing of this port was super hard, and you had to open it, close it, and it was like wouldn't fit into place there. So they made a massive change as far as that goes, and was able to put that in there with a new rubber sealant. So it's very much more secure, very easy to get that in place. So thumbs up in that. The shape and everything like that is still the same from the original series, but now with the brand new heatsink that's underneath here, it's a larger heatsink to accommodate that massive brand new ESC, which we'll jump into a second. And also, the 14S 4P configuration is now a Samsung 40T cell. Fantastic cell, great discharge rate, excellent mileage range and stuff like that as well too. And truly can say that this board, spec for spec, is just absolutely insane, and really, again, just a fastest production board I've ever stepped on. As far as takeoff and power and acceleration to getting up to top speed, it is the quickest to get there. It's not the fastest board I've ever ridden. I've actually ridden faster boards from Acedeck as well as too, but it's definitely a very powerful board and very inspired for track readiness. So if you are looking for a race board or something that can just overtake the streets as far as even beating cars probably off the line, this is definitely a step in the right direction there. The brand new 2.0 traditional Kingpin trucks that are on here are fantastic. I don't know what they did to change this formula in here, but from this first one to the second one, it is way more carvier, way more stable, and gives you a lot more options as far as like being able to aggressively push this board to its max. And these traditional Kingpins, doesn't matter what speed I'm going at, I feel stable at any given speed. I've hit bumps at 32 miles an hour and still a little bit of wobble, was able to correct it and continue going. And I just truly think that they did something here to make this a fantastic product. And these new traditional Kingpins on here are just gorgeous. The gunmetal gray, it just really is an overall beautiful CNC machine part. And not only that, did they upgrade the internals as far as the Kingpins inside there, and everything else is now stainless steel, so super rigid. You don't have to worry about that snapping or breaking or having any cast parts inside there. All of that is brand new CNC and stainless steel pins in there. So really nice job. I credit them, again, just for taking that extra step to provide that, where you weren't getting CNC machine parts inside of production boards. You had to buy that for like a DIY, or you had to reach out to a DIY specialist that was making these. And now to have these available on production boards, they did a really nice job. It was a huge step in the right direction when Acedeck came out swinging for the fence with this board. These are the tubeless Acedeck and Hoda collaboration tires, 180mm by 65mm contact patch, and the tubeless system allows you to actually run a lower PSI. Max PSI is only 28 PSI, comparatively to other things in the Hoda series that you were pumping these things up to like 40 PSI or more. You don't have to worry about that, and it actually changes shape depending on how much PSI you put in there. I run mine around 26 PSI. It gives it a slightly rounded middle section, but more of a squared off edge, just aggressive for more like deeper carves, and also doesn't lack as much range either too. The lower PSI you go, the flatter it does get, and the squared off it does get, and then it gives you more grip. So if you are someone looking for grip, you can drop this thing down to like 20 PSI and be able to get a serious amount of grip. But I like that 26-ish, 25, 26 PSI range. It just gives it a nice enough bounce so that you can kind of like hit bumps and stuff like that and not have to get thrown off the board, but it gives you enough range as well too. And they are grippy. They are fantastically grippy. I mean, you can see super aggressive carving. This board doesn't slip. There's nothing about this. Cornering around fast turns. I mean, if you're looking again for a track ready board, the Nomad and the X1 series definitely can be your track ready board, as well as just riding around town and ripping through town and enjoying the unlimited carving surfing style feel this board provides for you. Those are CNC precision hubs as well inside there too. They're heavy, I will say that. I mean, when you have anything that's CNC precision, so if you were looking for maybe some more range savings, you could technically swap out these wheels and put on different wheels for there and get yourself a different setup as well. But I think they look sharp. They are gorgeous. I mean, absolutely another piece that's like CNC part put inside there. It's a luxurious car feel. So when I say it looks like a Lamborghini to me, I hop in this thing, it looks like a Lamborghini. Everything about this thing is just top-notch spec when it comes to this board. So let's go ahead and talk about the electronics, the battery, and everything else powering that way. So I did dabble saying it is a 14S 4P configuration with the Samsung 40Ts. That is a plenty of incredible discharge rate and the ability to get you up to 35 miles of range of what they're claiming. I wasn't getting 35 miles of range, especially on these tires. It was, and maybe it was due to me doing a mixed riding sense. So I was aggressively riding, doing speed bursts, pumping this thing up to 32 miles an hour, and just ripping this thing around. And then I was like kind of coast cruising, and I was in eco mode, and I was enjoying it. So over a course of a week, I was getting like 28 miles of range on there. So definitely nice. I would say that was a little bit more than I was anticipating. I was probably gearing more toward 25 miles of range, but at 28 miles of range, I can't complain about that. So that's, again, mixed riding, and range has so much to do with factors of wind, temperature outside, rider weight, road conditions, uphill, downhill, how much, you know, speed you're going through. So take that with a grain of salt. What works for me might be completely different for you, but great in that sense. I mean, to be able to hop this board and know that I have anywhere from like 20 to 25 to 28 miles of range, for me in the riding style I was doing with it over the course of a week, that's really nice. I like to see that inside there. With this new 14S4P configuration, configured into the brand new 3.0 ESC at 90 amps of power. The output on this thing is nuts. When I first was talking to them and they said, oh, we're gonna be creating a 90 amp power ESC, I just didn't understand that in terms of raw power, because I was so used to other boards having anywhere from like the 50-ish, maybe 60, you know, amps, and you never really hit that much amperage. But this board, the amount of power that ESC and this battery can pump out to these motors translates to an insane amount of speed. And anywhere in this power band, you can go ahead and just push that throttle forward. And when you do, you are getting launched on this board. S Plus mode is really only used for, or what I can recommend it for, is that if you're trying to race, if you're trying to be on the street, trying to race as fast as you can, or hit corners as far as actually going to the track, S Plus mode is where I would say. From Eco mode to S mode, you're gonna have plenty of speed and plenty of power in that range. Low mode is more for training. If you're getting on this board, you've never ridden before, if you're a beginner, low mode is definitely where you would start off with, and you just enjoy cruising around, getting used to the feel of the board and whatnot. Jumping up into Eco mode is still very quick. Sport mode just puts you in a different level as well too. It just pumps all the current out there. And S Plus mode is just rocket, just an absolute rock. So that brand new ESC 3.0, 90 amps, pumping out to 6384 motors at 150 kV. Now these motors are beefy. These are big series motors. In a world where a lot of companies are using those 6374, these 6384 motors are just that much bigger. They can cool down quicker, they can power you up faster, and that lower kV gives you a lot more bottom end torque. So getting off the line, going quick, hitting that corner, being able to cut around, it just allows you to really rip around, and they scream. They definitely scream. The good thing is that also being that large, they also cool down pretty quickly, and I never, even after aggressive riding and long distance riding, would hop off, grab the motors, really never felt them like too hot to the touch. So I would say that the heat dissipation side there, very nice job. Can't complain, and been riding in pretty warm weather as well too around here. So those 6384 motors attached to their brand new gear drive system. So the all new brand new gear drive system from Acedeck is on here. It is a 4.3 ratio, giving you an incredible amount of bottom end torque and great speed with these tires on here. Topping out at around 30, I got it up to 32 miles an hour. I don't believe you can really exceed it there. If you got the larger wheels, which they do have out on their website, you'll be able to get it up to the faster rate of like 37 miles per hour at the sacrifice of potential bottom end loss. But again, with the amount of power that this board is putting out, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with that. This board truly is a remarkable staple in the production board game. I think when a lot of companies are coming out with the carbon fiber series, the 2-in-1 series, and Acedeck came out with the CNC precision trucks, the big 14S series when everyone else is doing a 12S series in the battery, the large motors, the fantastic look, they really knew where to go as far as the market, and they were going for that premium top end market and at a very affordable price in my opinion. I mean, they're having crazy sales right now. Please go ahead and check out the link down below. Make sure you use the code ACEDREW to save yourself a few bucks off there as well too. But they really do offer a fantastic customer service, incredible product quality. I can't thank Acedeck enough for betting on me and being able to give me the opportunity like they did at EskateCon to race in the place and podium on their board. I know it was something that was exciting for them and very exciting for me as well too. And I look forward to going ahead and trying to work with them again and race in the future. So if you are looking for a all-around fantastic board, whether you're a city commuter, a country cruiser, or a racetrack ready board, this board right here, the Aries X1, will give you everything that you need as far as you need in a package that you will put even a smile on your face no matter what you're using it for. Thank you so much guys for checking out the channel. I really appreciate it. If you dig this content, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Thumbs up the video, and as always, stay safe, wear a helmet, and see you next time. Peace.